Bro, that makes you weak. You are not a man, and I don't see you as a man, and God doesn't see you as a man. You can get everything you need from these videos and completely change your life in less than 3 months. Fellas, you were put here for a reason. Some things are more important than life itself. Cars, girls, houses, money. You might need some of those things in life, but that's not what life's about, bro. You literally cannot watch enough TV shows or movies to actually know what a man is. Like, I don't know how a lot of you guys think you're operating and being successful in life and being what a real man is when you don't even know what a real man is. If you haven't consulted the Bible, the ultimate book created thousands and thousands and thousands of years before your parents even thought about creating an ugly baby that... Bro, this is what the Bible says a man is, right? We're going to go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, all right? Let me pull up for y'all boys since y'all cannot seem to do it yourselves. Look. See what it says? It says, so God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female. He created them. Meaning, we are created to be reflections of God. That's what being a man is. That's what being a real man is. You're supposed to reflect God. How do you reflect God? Maybe I'm kind to this next person. I give money to the bum when I see him on the street. I go to church sometimes. I pray sometimes. Those are all good things, but that's not what being a man is. That's not how you reflect God, because guess what? You're thinking about it in your own head instead of consulting his word. You need to consult his word if you're going to be a man. We cannot live on our own accord. We cannot live, I feel like doing this today. This makes me a man. Getting this many girls makes... That's not being a man, bro. And if your foundation of being a man isn't set, everything else you do is flimsy because it's not on a strong foundation. You think you're being a man by going to the gym, working out doesn't make you a man, having money doesn't make you a man, having a nice house, nice car does not make you a man, and some of you don't even have that. So you need to start at the foundation. Listen to this, fellas. Men without an organized system of thought will always be at the mercy of men who have an organized system of thought. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, let me say it again in a way that you can understand it. If you don't have a system, if you're not following something, if you're not living for something, you're at somebody else's will. The people who actually take the time to either plan out their day, plan out their year, plan out what they're going to do, and actually put work towards it. You think you're having freedom because you wake up and do what you want? No, nigga, you're doing what other people want you to do. You're at the will of them, of those men, and that's not being a man. The only person you're supposed to be at the will of is God. So to fix that, no, I don't need you to write your goal down and then close your book and never look at it again. No, write your goals down, super specific. Then envision how your life would be when you achieve those goals. Once you achieve those goals, how do you live? How do you speak to people? How do you spend your money? Where do you go? How do you spend your time? How do you wake up? What do you put on? What do you drive? What do you think about all day? What do you eat? How do you eat? How many times a week do you go to the gym? How do you pray? You need to be super specific so you can backtrack from those goals. Once you write all these goals down, write them out physically on paper, not just in your notes on your phone. And I don't want to hear that dumb stuff about, I have my goals in my head. Because nigga, you had your goals in your head since you were born and you have not accomplished them. So write your goals down and backtrack them. Get super specific and then backtrack. If you say, I want to be 20 pounds heavier with abs, this or that, I do this, I go to the gym this many times a week. Okay, that's the main goal. Backtrack from that. Okay, what do you need to eat to get to this goal? Right? How many calories do you need? How much protein do you need? How many carbs? How many grams of fat? How many days a week do you need to go to the gym? If you said you wanted bigger arms, how many days a week do you train arms? How many days a week do you train legs? Break it down into little goals that you can do something small every day. All right, all I know is I have to hit these macros every day, drink this amount of water, get this amount of sleep, and this is my program. And by the time I do this, if I do this every day or however many days you set, I'll reach my goal in X amount of time. Do that with every goal: money, finances, God, relationships, work, businesses, anything. But you need to be writing down your goals and you need to have a system that you follow. Motivation is fleeting, fellas. After this video, you might be motivated. Oh, I'm going to go and be a changed man. That's going to pass in like 2 to 3 minutes. Me, I could be motivated, but I know I've been doing so much stuff that I know motivation does not last. Discipline lasts and consistency lasts. And how you get discipline and consistency are systems. Something that you can do every day. Do a task every day and you don't have to think much about it. Just, I need to get this task done. And by the time you look up, you'll be where your goal is. But you have to get super specific, and you have to have a system, and that system has to have a strong foundation, which is God. Listen, bro, I want you to understand that what you say and what you want to accomplish and what you do and the things you tell people in your life, your family members, your girl, people at work, people you want to listen to you and that should follow your leadership, you are more than the message. The man is more than his message. But the message is only credible if the man is. Meaning, whatever you say doesn't mean anything if you don't mean anything. Meaning, if you're not a man of your word, if you're not a man of authority, if you're not a man of God who's following a system, who submits to God, nobody will submit to you. Like, why should they? What does your message do for them? You need this foundation, fellas. I'm telling you. And to build one, yes, it requires deep self-work. It requires you going to the gym. It requires you taking care of your body and valuing others. Yes, but you learn all these principles from the Bible, not from movies. And you cannot come up with it yourself because you are not God and you are not Jesus. Come on, bro, lock in. I know a lot of you guys feel like an overwhelming urge to be heroes. A hero isn't just somebody who swoops in and saves the girl, or who swoops in and does this, or who flashes money in the club, or who has a... No, nigga. No, that's not a hero. A hero is somebody who knows when a moment is greater than himself, and then he acts in that moment. Listen, fellas, biblical manhood is rooted in creation, not behavior and not culture. Meaning, God created us to reflect him. God created us to have purpose and to receive purpose from him. And our purpose is to reflect God in the world. Do you think you're reflecting God in the world where you just wake up and do whatever you want to do? Do you feel like that's real freedom? Do you feel like you're the man now because you wake up and do exactly what you want to do? You give in to lust? Bro, that makes you weak. That makes you weaker than the people who aren't giving in to lust. You think, oh, he's not a real man because he doesn't do what he wants. He doesn't do this with girls. He doesn't steal. He doesn't take what he wants. He's not a real... You're not a real man, brother. And you need to lock in. 2026, it's a new year. It's a new opportunity for you to be that man that you pretend to be. It's a new opportunity for you to lock in and actually improve yourself, not just for the people around you to show people, but for you and for God. God created you to reflect his image. If you are not reflecting God's image, brother, you are not a man, and I don't see you as a man, and God doesn't see you as a man. So who you want to be a man to? People of this world, people on the internet that don't even know you, or the creator of the universe, which you will have to face one day. And if not, you're going to be in hell, bruh. Which one is it? Step up, brother. Come on. Now you can get everything you need from these videos, everything for free, if you just listen to what I'm saying and put it into practice. You can completely change your life in less than 3 months, in 6 months, in a year, 2 years. You'll be crazy. You may have made crazy progress. I know, I'm not saying it's a sin to be successful. You can be successful, but you need to have that foundation, bro. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, book a call. The link is in the description. But do not get on that call if you're not ready to work, if you're not ready to go through the pain of actually facing who you are now to get to where you want to be, because it's not easy. Trust me. And I'm not perfect. I'm on my journey as well, but I'm putting in the work, and you need to as well, bro. Lock in, fellas.